3-4. I mean, you can be so creative when it comes to a 3-4. I know 4-3 is more of a traditional defense. Yep. When you get from a 3-4, I mean, I can get right you can play anywhere.
All right, you don't have any qualms.
You can have a lot of fun in 3-4. It's very creative.
Okay, he likes the creativity. All right, don't look, but I think we may have. Does that get us? Oh, it does get us where we need. Do you have any ideas where before I look?
No idea.
No idea. Okay, congratulations. The Houston Texans would make the perfect place for you to play. And guess what? It's still in warm weather. Let's go over here and take a look at some of your plays. Darren Woodson is going to join us, and he knows a thing or two about the NFL. Perhaps you've heard of him. If not, you'll get him now. All right, what are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right, let's take a look. Shaquem gets ready to the next level. Some of his favorite plays here in the Verizon film room. So,
what's up with you guys? It's your boy Tyson, the West Coast Cowboy.
we'll get you to take us through these because you know.
And about to have this schedule release. So let's get it popping. We already kind of know some of the stuff we're doing. We already kind of know some of our schedule already, and that is week 1 we will be playing against Carolina. Now I want y'all to forgive me because my children, we are in the house, so obviously my children are up in here, so there's going to be times where they're just going to be absolutely loud. That's what they do. But yeah, man. Schedule about to come out in a couple minutes. So we about to get our watch on with that. We already know some of what's already going on so far. I'll go ahead and tell you guys what we have going on already. Let's see. So far this is the predictions. This is not guaranteed, obviously. And oh yeah, man, how y'all like it? Y'all like it? Would y'all like it? Stay hungry, man. It's cold out there, man, but you gotta stay hungry. Hey, even when I'm not repping the boys, I'm repping the boys. You know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. You gotta stay hungry, man. Well, yeah. These are some predictions they got. Well, this is a guarantee. The one game we know for sure is guaranteed is that week 1 against Carolina, which I think is gonna be phenomenal. I'm actually really happy. Take him upstairs with that. I'm actually really happy that Carolina's that first game, simply because, man, Carolina, if I'm not mistaken, they play outside. And I am not trying to have an Oakland Raider game all over again with West Coast, as I am going to that game. I am not trying to have another game where West Coast, he all right. I'm not trying to have another game where West Coast is literally stuck in the snow. Well, and it wasn't really snowing out there, but you know, for West Coast, that was snow for me because it was cold in the mud. Now my son about to come over here and try to get up in the show. I'm gonna tell you that right now. But I'm gonna give him some ice cream. I got some ice cream that's gonna keep him cool. What's up with you, Scott? What's up with you, Monique? What's up with you, Mike? How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? I don't even know where my other phone is. All right, so they'll be releasing the schedule in about 8 minutes. But I just wanted to go ahead and get this up here, so make sure we're going, because you know every now and then we have an issue. You know how I be. Hey, this is the best ice cream in the world. This is the best ice cream in the world. I don't know what it is. It's called Talenti or something like that. This is fire. What's up, NC in the house? What's up? I got my boy Andrew Johnson. What's up, Drew? Hey, I know this dude all my life, man. All my life. And he know I've been a Cowboy fan all my life, too. So, yeah. What's up with you, Miss Guzman? Come here. Come here. Say, go Cowboys. Say, go Cowboys. Say, Cowboys. Cowboys. Alright, so yeah, we got about 8 minutes before the schedule is dropped. Man, I know you guys always got to remember, being America's team, that we're always going to have some games that are going to be in prime time. Why? Because there's more Cowboy fans, and with even it being more Cowboy fans, you know, more people want to see our brand. Our brand is more, you know, our brand is more out there. You know, the Star is one of probably the most recognizable brands out there, and the NFL makes a lot of money off of our team. So, already know. Don't, if you're a Cowboy fan, you already know what time it is. We always get, not necessarily screwed over, but we always get them schedules that are really, really interesting. Why? Because they're more of a benefit to the NFL than it is for our team. You know what I'm saying? So just be prepared for that. You know what I'm saying? Don't even, you just keep yourself prepared for that. So we got the first game though, North Carolina Panthers. I will be there. I will be there for the Carolina Panthers game. I'm gonna be out there in the building, man. It's gonna be so live. And I'm telling you right now, I know Miss Tina Sykes out there from North Carolina Cowboy. I can't remember the exact name, but I know it's like North Carolina Stars. Man, I know they playing something ridiculous. I was just on the phone with my Cowboy family, president of Star Status, Cowboy Kev, and man, I know they throwing something big too. So that first game is gonna be, you already know, it's about to be ridiculous. That first game is gonna be ridiculous. So, man, I'm super turned. I'm super duper ready for it. But let's shout out. What's up with my boy Rudy? What's up with Mike? What's up with you, Andrew? What's up with you, Miss Guzman? Man, as soon as it should be coming on here in about 5 minutes. I don't know exactly how they're gonna do it. If they're gonna do like where they're gonna read off each team and just go through each section or whatever. But we will be knowing in about pretty much in about 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes. Now the season, the major people already kind of know. Ian Rappaport was already talking about some changes that they did. Like one change that they're doing next year is no team is gonna play a Monday night game and then have to go on the road. The reason being is because whenever you play a road game, you always have to leave a day early. But if you play on Monday, you lose a day. So basically, teams were getting screwed. So not necessarily getting screwed because you're a professional athlete, so you should be able to, be able to do it. But they want to, they're always, the NFL is always looking out for their product. Something else they did also, they said that there wouldn't be any more three. There were some teams last year that had three away games. Like, that's a grip. Like, they shouldn't have been doing that in the first time, in the first place. Like, how you gonna have 3 back-to-back away games? How would you do a team like that? That's crazy. Like, I'm happy they didn't do that to my team because I sure would have bro some stank about that. But obviously you get it back eventually though, because you get it back on the home games. But like 3, if you're a bad team, you're not gonna survive through no 3. Your team's not gonna make it through no 3 away games. You're not even gonna do it. It's ice cream fire, huh? It's good, huh? Was it good? Was it good? Say Cowboys. There you go. My boy Rudy says, I love the cap. Oh man, good looking, man. America's team. The cap is the cap is different. This year I didn't go with the snapback, which is really, really different. I went with this one right here because I wanted to have the one that that the draft pick actually wears. My boy Solar said it wasn't fly for everybody to be wearing the exact same hat at the event, so I don't know if I'm gonna wear it because he made me feel all weird now. So, but I'm for sure gonna be wearing it. I'm for sure gonna be wearing it up until the draft. But man, also make sure you guys come out. We will be having the draft event. Remember, we will be having the draft event. That is April 26th. That is gonna be at the Boston's right there off of Lamar. And right there by the stadium, about a mile and a half from the stadium, so it's more than enough time for you guys to go, come kick it with us, and then get down to the stadium to see the draft and everything else. Right now, they're basically talking about Brandon Marshall got released by the. Well, we can just hear it.
A week apart, but Brandon Marshall will continue playing. Has never made a playoff appearance, but wants to go to the playoffs before his NFL career is over. He's had a long, productive career. Just has not finished the season on a high note.
Yeah, he struggled last year. Let's just see him.
Now, I mean, obviously that means nothing to us, but for whatever reason, people have this strong feeling that Des Bryant wants to go to New York. Now, in my opinion, I think he should go. I think he should go to San Francisco. Now, obviously, after Des Bryant signs, technically I won't care. Technically, I don't care today because the season's about to come out. I got other stuff I need to worry about. You know what I'm saying? Like, what we gonna do on this side of the bill and who's gonna do. I got so much other stuff I gotta worry about to be thinking about what the heck Des Bryant gonna do. So we gonna let Des take up about probably about a couple more days of my mental capacity when he signs his team. Because when he signs his team, whatever team he go to, we'll probably do a show for that. And then after that, we probably gonna let it go. I'm gonna be honest with you. We probably gonna let it go here at Dallas Cowboys Scouting. I mean, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? It's like if you got a homie that be with a girl who be doing him wrong. Hey man, if you like it, I love it, man. I'm not about to keep on telling you over and over she ain't the right one though. Cause then you're gonna start getting mad at me. You know what I'm saying? I don't want you to start getting mad at West Coast. So, you know, after Dez announced where he going, we'll probably do one more show on it, and then we will probably treat him like we pretty much treat every other player in the NFL, you know, unless they're coming to play us. We're really not gonna care. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I'm gonna give him the same respect I gave DeMarcus Ware. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna pretty much let it go. Hey man, before we get the schedule, I got my boy YL, the official MC of Dallas Cowboy Nation on here, man. What's up with you, man? In the building. What's up with you? Also got Mr. Kevin Harris. Ooh, Kevin Harris is the guy I was actually talking about earlier when I was saying I was talking to a couple of the made people, the big wigs in Dallas Cowboy in clubs. And, you know, just from my conversation with him, I'm not going to divulge anything, but, you know, it's about to go down in North Kakalaki. That's all I'm about to say. It's about to go down in North Kakalaki. You know what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? See what I'm talking about? See Cowboys. There you go. All right, so let's get to it. Hopefully, nothing's really happening right now. Sonny, can you hear my phone? It's over there going off. Yeah, I got two phones. You know what I'm saying? Got my Cowboy phone. This one over there on the charger. So as of right now, we do not know what's going on.
Take it off the charger.
Huh?
Bring it to you.
Yeah. All right, let's see what it is.
Yeah.
And so we start with you. By the way, as we come on the air for the 2-hour special on NFL Network, NFL.com has just published the entire 256 games of the regular season. So flip open a browser and check that out as Kurt Warner gives us his opening salvo of the 2018.
Well, first thing, when I opened the schedule, first thing I peeked at, I gotta say, I checked out the Monday night schedule. But I always think that you have to start fast and be in a position to finish strong. And so I'm always looking at first 4 games of the season, who's got favorable matchups there. I looked at the New Orleans Saints, have the easiest schedule for the first 4, can get started running. And then those last 4, who do you play at the end so you can make up some ground in your division or in the conference if you have to? And I noticed the Tampa Bay Bucks, one of the toughest beginnings of the schedule, one of the toughest ends of the schedule. That's not where you want to be. You don't want to start slow or not be able to make up some ground late in the season.
So for me, we hit on it earlier when we got our TA hit, but the cold weather games. And as I was going through, the Chargers, they have 3 cold weather games.
Come on. Stop playing with us. We don't care about these other teams. Stop playing with us. Hurry up, get to my team. Stop playing with us.
Then you have to go to the Broncos at the end of the season.
Stop playing with us. Come on, man. Show me my team.
So now you have to try to pick it up when the weather gets cold. You want to throw the ball a little bit. We know it's tough to throw the ball in the cold. Turn around and hand the ball to that running back you have there.
Stop playing with us. Come on. Put it up there.
You know what? I've been involved with Thursday Night Football for 13 years. That has nothing to do with your number, okay? Since it started in 2006. So I always look at the Thursday Night Football schedule.
Dude, that was
The
rude.
schedule will be with Fox this year, and oh my God, this is the best schedule we've ever had. And I'll just mention a few, okay? In week 4, the Vikings will travel to the Rams. Both are playoff teams. Are you kidding me? With Kurt's cousin over there.
That's gonna be crazy, man. That's gonna be crazy.
Marcus Peters. How about Andrew Luck visiting Tom Brady in week 5? And then you got the Raiders, 49ers. Last 2 times I played the Raiders when I was coaching the Niners, we went in overtime, 2 games in a row.
Come on, man. Show us them boys, man. We don't care about nothing else, man. Get up off our TV, man.
Check those out there. And we first seen the first 2, which is week 2 and week 3.
I done seen everybody's schedule but ours.
Broadcast partner on Thursday Night Football. The good folks at Fox Sports. Fox will be taking over, co-broadcasting along with NFL Network. All right, tons of faces and voices and people to hear from. Everyone's got an opinion, including a man that I guess I could call the schedule release show host emeritus. A man who's done at least over a decade of these, I would think. Rich Eisen, host of the Rich Eisen Show, which you can see
see on DirecTV channel 239 and on.
As we can see, we are still waiting to see what the heck is going on. It's funny how they didn't show everybody in their mama's schedule except for the goddamn Cowboys, so it's kind of irritating me right now. I know we play the Falcons, so I can give you guys that game in a minute. All right, so we play the Falcons week 11. Cowboys play the Falcons week 11. That's gonna be the week before Thanksgiving. We play the Falcons. They just put that on there right now. So week 11, we play the Falcons. No, hold it. Hold on. Hold this one for me. So there we go. That's one that we can update and see. All right, here it goes. Here goes our schedule. September 9th at Carolina. September 16th versus the New York Giants. September 23rd at the Seattle Seahawks. September 30th, Detroit Lions. October 7th, Houston Texans. October 14th, Jacksonville Jaguars. October 21st at the Washington Redskins. Our bye is October 28th. Thank you, Jesus, they put it halfway in the season. November 5th, Tennessee Titans. November 11th, Philadelphia Eagles. November 18th, Atlanta Falcons. November 22nd, Washington Redskins. November 29th, New Orleans Saints. December 9th, Philadelphia Eagles. December 16th, Indianapolis Colts. December 23rd, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And December 30th, New York Giants. I'm going to repeat it one more time. Dallas Cowboys schedule. September 9th, at Carolina Panthers, 425 Fox. September 16th, versus the New York Giants, 8:20 p.m. NBC. September 23rd, at the Seattle Seahawks, 4:25 p.m. Fox. September 30th versus the Detroit Lions, 1 p.m. Fox. October 7th at the Houston Texans, 8:20 p.m. October 14th versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, 4:25 p.m. October 21st at the Washington Redskins, 4:25 p.m. Our bye, October 28th. So we have a bye, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I think that's 8 games in. Oh my God, that is a blessing. 8 games in is the bye. Oh my God, man. Let's go. Let's go! All right. Cowboys. Can I get Cowboys? If you say Cowboys, I'll give you ice cream. Say Cowboys. Yay, there you go with your ice cream. All right. November 5th, Tennessee Texans. 8:15. November 11th, Philadelphia Eagles. 8:20. November 18th, at the Atlanta Falcons, 1 p.m. November 22nd, Washington Redskins, Thanksgiving, bringing it back to Thanksgiving. November 29th, versus the New Orleans Saints. There you go, your mommy, I know. There you go. November 29th, New Orleans Saints, 8:29. December 9th, Philadelphia Eagles, 4:25. December 16th, at the Indianapolis Colts, 1 p.m. December 23rd, Tampa Bay Buccaneers, 1 p.m. And our final game of the season. Let me get my phone. Get him. Our last game of the season, December 30th, 1 p.m., New York Giants. Man, I'm excited. I'm super duper excited. I'm super duper excited. Dallas Cowboys, we're one of the few teams that have 5 primetime games, which is gonna be phenomenal. Man, I'm liking the schedule at first glance. That first game, Carolina, let's set it off, man. I'm so ready to set it off, man. Like, I think that game is gonna be so stupid cracking. Like, it's gonna be cracking in North Carolina, man. That's the first game. I like that game right out the gate. We get to bump heads with these powerhouses. One thing about Carolina is their defense is typically pretty consistent. But the cool thing about it is we will get them out of the way early. Then I see that Giants game right after that. You know, Giants always play us well. We going into Seattle, but just keep be real. Seattle is not the same Seattle team. We all know that. The games that I'm really looking at right now, really. And I picked the Detroit. My source was right on the Detroit game. Good job. The games that I'm looking at right now, the games that I know West Coast is going to, that Carolina 9th game, that September 9th game, I will be there. I might go to that Seattle game because that's right up the street. Let's see. I don't know if I want to go back to Atlanta. If I want to go back to Atlanta, I don't know about that because it was cold and you're trying to put me back into 18. I know I'm going to that Carolina game. I'm probably going to do the Saints. So we're doing the Saints, the Seahawks. I want to do that Jacksonville game too, though. I'm gonna get back to y'all, but I know I'm doing 5 games this year, so I'll get back to y'all on which games. But I gotta really look at the schedule and see how it's gonna work out. But man, so far I like this schedule. I like this schedule. You know, I mean, obviously you can't pick your schedule, so it's not like I could change it if I didn't like it. But I like this schedule. I like, you know, I just at a first glance, you know, let's see, you know, so if you're looking at it just away as far as sets up, first game you're away. Second game, week 2, you're at home. Week 3, you're away. Week 4, you're home. Week 5, you're away. So as I'm looking so far, we don't really have. Well, we have 2 back-to-back games. We go back-to-back at Philly and back-to-back at Atlanta. So though we have 2 back-to-back games, and then we come back home to Washington for Thanksgiving. Then we got 2 home games November, and I like that we get to end November with 2 home games, the back to back. That's good. Then December is gonna be playoff mode. We have an away game. Let's look at how December breaks down. December, you got an away game, home game, away game. You know, You know what I'm saying? Away game. A home game, away game. Home game, away game. So the cool thing about it is there's only one series in this whole entire season where we actually play like a back-to-back away game or even a back-to-back home game. I like the back-to-back home games, but it always lets me know if you have a back-to-back home game, there's somewhere where you're going to have a back-to-back. You're going to have a back-to-back, a bunch of away games too. So I actually I like the schedule. I really can't really get mad at it. I like the schedule. I really like the schedule. I like the schedule. I like it. Ooh, let's jump into these comments. Y'all know I'm bad with the comments, but I gotta get better at it. Let's look at these comments. Tracy says, I'm definitely going to be at the Carolina game. Maybe I see you there. Hey, make sure I have on that number 15. Make sure you look for me. Joseph says, need someone to go to Carolina game. I live about 3 hours away. Hey, Jacob, I'll be there. What you talking about, bruh? West Coast will be there. Stanley says, I'll be at the Seattle game, TY. Okay. See, y'all trying to get me to come to every game. Y'all need to knock it out, man. Y'all need to knock it off. Y'all know I'm on a budget. I'm balling on a budget. You know what I'm saying? But I'm trying to, oh, man, I want that Seattle. One thing I like about this schedule, too. What are you doing? One thing I like about this schedule is it allows it it's not really ooey stacked out. I like it, man. I like it. Now, if you're just wondering, let's look at the Eagles schedule. They got to start the season at Philly. They start the season at home against Atlanta. Then they got Tampa Bay, Indianapolis, Tennessee, Minnesota. They look like a bunch of trash. They're going to lose a bunch of games this year. I don't care what nobody say. I can't stand the Eagles. Back to what we were talking about. I couldn't even look at their schedule. I couldn't even take them serious. Jacob says, hope to see you there. What's up with you, Lewis? I will see you guys there. Joe says, at least we have at least 5 games pretty easy. My first predictions, looking at this, man, I see 12-4, man. I see 13-3. That's what I see. I see maybe a trap here and there, but Man, I don't see the Cowboys losing less than 3 games on this. I don't see that. I don't see the Cowboys. You know, I don't see there's no reason we shouldn't win 12 to 13 games off this schedule like that. Jacksonville game, the trap. I'm gonna tell you the trap where I'm kind of like ooey is that October 7th to the October 14th, because you about to run into a buzzsaw. Because you about to run into that Texans defense, and then right after that you got Jacksonville coming in. You know what I'm saying? And then you got a divisional game. But the cool thing about it is you end it with a bye. So I kind of like that. You know, then when you're looking at the schedule, also kind of look at the game, your divisional games, and who are those games are surrounded by. Washington, you got Washington. The first divisional game is in Giants, and then you follow that up with New York. With the Seahawks. So that's gonna be very entertaining. But man, the Cowboys can get out. We can get out on this schedule, and we can get out on it fast. One thing about the Carolina Panthers, they always either start fast or start slow, one or the two. So I think that game is gonna be very interesting. The Giants, they're gonna have so many moving pieces. Seattle, they're a new team. Detroit, it's Detroit. I think it gets serious. That first month is kind of like you're gonna have a test in that Panthers game. In Detroit, yeah, but I think that the real nitty gritty is gonna start that October 7th, man. That October 7th, 14th, and 21st. That's when it's gonna get real grimy up in there. You know what I'm saying? And then you got your bye week, get to chill out for a little bit, and then you got the Titans coming in. Man, we play a lot of late games too, like 4:25, 8:20s. That's how you know your Cowboys. We play 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wow. We're not America's team, but we have 5 primetime games. You know, knock it off. There's no way the Cowboys are not America's team, and we have 5 primetime games. That's crazy. We play Houston Texans, primetime, 8 o'clock. We play the New York Giants, 8:20 primetime. Philadelphia Eagles, we play them 8:20 primetime. I also like the fact that we don't play Philly until November 11th. Like, we will be almost 2 months. We'll be 2 months into the season and a bye before we even play them. So I like that. Like, we will have had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We'll have 8 games and a bye under our belt before we play the Philadelphia Eagles. So I like that. I like that a lot. Let's see. Hey y'all, remember if you're going to the draft, make sure you guys come kick it with me. I will be at Boston's right there on Lamar Boulevard, right there. Let's see. Man, I like this schedule though.
Completion percentage, yards and touchdowns, none other than Phillip Rivers. How are you, Phillip?
Hey, what are you doing, guys?
I'm doing good. Where have I found you? Where are you calling in from?
I'm sitting in my truck, but I'm at flag football practice. We practice on Thursday before Shrub. Marvin Jones and I. Marvin Jones' son is on the world, and he and Gunner, my son, are on the same team. We're just sitting here chatting about the schedule.
Okay. Before we get to this, are you a helicopter dad? Are you LeVar Ball in this situation? What are you doing?
Are you LeVar Ball in this situation? I love it. They said, are you LeVar Ball in this situation? All right. Tracy says she needs tickets. I'm going to be honest with y'all. West Coast can help you out with a whole lot of things, but tickets is not one I can. Jacob. But, hey, man, the schedule is out. It is released. We're going to be doing we're going to do a breakdown show, kind of a go-through show later on this week. But I just wanted to get on here and put it on air, let what we have that's available. From what you guys are seeing right now, what games are you guys going to, and what games do you guys kind of see as early on games that you're putting your stamp by, games that you know that we're gonna have to pay attention to, because man, I definitely think, I'm looking at this schedule and I don't want to be jumping to no conclusions or nothing, but man, I see 12-4, man. The best ice cream in the world. I see 12-4. I'm just saying, man. I'm looking at this Carolina game. Cowboys gonna come out gunning that first game. You already know. Then New York, they trash. Seattle, they trash. Detroit, they Detroit. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Houston. That's where it's going to get weird at. I ain't going to lie. That's where it's going to get weird. Because I have a feeling that Dak is going to be he's going to want to make a lot of plays in that game because of the comparison that people have done to him and Deshaun Jackson. I mean, I'm just all messed up with names today. Deshaun Watson. So, I have a feeling that he's going to try to play really, really big in that game. And maybe too big, maybe, I don't know. That's a game I'm putting a question mark by. And then that backdrop with the Jacksonville game. Those are two games where, you know, we're gonna have to bring our A game because you're walking into a buzzsaw of defense. Then people say the Giants, yeah. Let's see, what else we have? Giants, Detroit, Houston, Jacksonville, and we got that Washington game right after that. So I'm excited, man. I'm excited. I was gonna try to let y'all hear some action, but it's so amazing. You got the Dallas Cowboys are the biggest thing in TV right now, and the only thing they want to talk about is the Chargers. Like, come on, man. Like, don't nobody care about no goddamn Chargers, bruh. Don't nobody care about that. Sorry about that.
Yes.
Good football left, and all that I can gather, the feeling's mutual. So, you know, I know that it's a matter of time. You're going to draft one. You know, I got to ask this up.
He says, if Dez signs with the Giants, we might see him on our first home game. Yeah, but I don't think Dez is going to sign with the Giants. I don't think the Giants are interested in him. Like, he may be interested in them, but I don't think... You got to think, man. I think any team that would probably know Dez as good as the Cowboys would probably be the Giants, the Redskins, and the Eagles. So if we just cut him because we feel he's a problem, I'm pretty sure all those owners and stuff talk. And I'm pretty sure they have, a healthy feeling of what they feel Dez is. And don't they have a problem child already named Odell Beckham? So now, I'm not saying Dez is a problem child, but I'm just saying that's the narrative that they put out there about him. So, I just don't see why you would want to add on to that. And then with Dez Bryant, like, yeah, let's go play great with Odell Beckham. That's cool, but Odell Beckham doesn't even know how much money they're going to offer him yet. Like, what if they don't offer him? What if because they bring in Dez, they feel they don't have to offer Odell Beckham money like that? And what if Odell Beckham be like, heck no, we won't go. Now you're stuck in New York? Like, come on, man. You're going to be playing outside, Dez? Like, Dez needs to think about that, bro. Like, you're an older man now. You're 29 years old. Do you really want to be in the snow like that? No. Like, you don't want to be playing outside. That's why I think places like Green Bay, you need to come to San Francisco. Dad, that's what you should do. Go to San Francisco and go be friends with Jimmy G. Oh, here we go. About god dang time.
In schedule. Good evening, Jay.
Good evening, Scott. Well, how about mixing it up a little bit? You know, in years past, it's been a little bit predictable for the Cowboys. They've opened up here 5 straight years in a row. This is the first time in 6 years they're actually going on the road. They're going to face the Panthers, and in the last 3 consecutive years, they faced the Giants. And they won't do that until week 2, a Sunday night football game here at AT&T Stadium to declare their home opener. So this is going to be interesting. I also think the strength of their opponent stands out to me. You know, the year they went 13-3 in Dak's rookie season, they were undefeated, 8-0 against the NFC North and AFC North. This year, I think that this thing's going to boil down to how they perform against the AFC South and NFC South. 5 of the teams they're facing were playoff teams, and that's going to be tricky. We now know at least who they're playing on Thanksgiving, and that'll be the Redskins, followed up by another tough Thursday night game against the Saints here at home. And then they get a season finale. They travel to New York to face the Giants. So, you know, this is going to be a tricky schedule on paper. I know things shake out throughout the season, but this isn't going to be a cakewalk for the Cowboys and Dak Prescott next year.
No, Jane, and you mentioned how it looks on paper. That's what we're going to do right now. We're predicting how this is
Hey, mind you, he hates the Cowboys.
Upset at me, and it's okay. It's all
Mind you, he hates the Cowboys.
Well, let's go to the Dallas. Well, look, you're on the road. So against Cam on the road,
Win.
I'm not liking it.
Win. I told you.
That's okay. That's okay. People stay with me here a little bit. You're going to New York. Or New York's coming to you. I don't really know how that whole thing is going to work out. No one knows. They're like trying to figure out what's going on number 2, big and all some stuff. That's a W.
Okay, sorry, Pat Shermer.
Win.
W again with Seattle. They're banged up.
Win.
Not the same team.
At Seattle?
At Seattle, W. And a W again against Detroit. I'm not.
3-game win streak?
I know our producer Richard's not okay with that, but that's all right. Now it comes tough. Here comes the Texans.
I told y'all.
Sean Watson's back. J.J. Watt's back.
You think they lose?
That's an L.
Okay.
That's an L. That's an L. Jacksonville's
Automatic?
I'm just saying. The Jags defense is phenomenal. They got some new jerseys. They're flying around. They're playing.
New jerseys.
All right, here we go. But then you have the Redskins. And I think you beat the Redskins there. We'll give them that. Now, this is when it gets a little tricky, okay?
They got the bye.
You got the bye, get a little rest. You have a Monday night game against the Titans. That's an L.
That's an L.
That's tough. The Eagles.
That's an L.
You're right. I'll give them an L. I'll give them an L there as well. Atlanta, I think Atlanta's going to be a team that beat the NFC. Obviously playing the NFC, that's going to be tough. So I'm going to give them another L.
Wow. I told y'all. I told y'all.
Sweep the Redskins.
Ooh, that's Thanksgiving.
I know. Thursday nights. It's an L. It's an L. Right? You're playing the Eagles. Listen,
Sweep them.
this is where it gets fancy. Win. Win on a hot streak. 9-7 is what should get you in.
9-7.
Yeah, I mean, give or take a couple games or 3.
Yeah, they were that close this year. They were this close last year to getting in. So this time around, tougher schedule. We'll see. So the first NFL event of the year that's happening a week from tonight in Dallas, and of course the last ends in Atlanta with Super Bowl 53, and that's where Tiffany Blackman is right now. What's up, Tim?
Yeah, so let's look at that one more time. I told you he didn't like us. I told y'all he didn't like us. I told you. What is wrong with my remote, man?
Schedule. Good evening, Jay.
Good evening, Scott. Well, how about mixing it up a little bit? You know, in years past.
Man, that's trash.
New York.
You got the Eagles all against you right now.
Well, let's go.
All right. Marquise Drew and his hating self. That dude's a hater, man. All right. What's up with you guys? I'm Tyson West Coast Cowboy, and I'm gonna predict my schedule because that's ridiculous. This dude gonna say we about to go 9-7. You gotta slap yourself, and you just need to slap yourself because I'm disappointed in you. I knew you didn't like the Cowboys, but I thought you were gonna hold it tight, and you didn't. So you need to slap yourself. That debauchery, that temerity, that was just horrible. That was good gosh, that was horrible. All right, so your Dallas Cowboys schedule is already out and it's released. And this guy doesn't know what he's talking about, so we're going to do this all over. So, week 1, you have the Dallas Cowboys playing against the Carolina Panthers. Dallas Cowboys, one thing I know about the Carolina Panthers is they're the type of team that's either going to start off really, really fast or they're going to start off really, really slow. And I'm going to keep it real with you. I'm under the impression that they're going to start off slow this year. Kind of like what they've kind of been doing the last time they started off fast was the year they went undefeated for a little bit and then they win their run. I just don't think they're on it. So I'm giving the Cowboys a win for that one. And one thing I know about the Cowboys is they have been up for these last games. If you think about this, for the last home games, we've actually played fairly well in the home game. If it wasn't for Terrence Williams taking his little skinny, narrow self out of bounds, we would almost be undefeated in week 1 games. So I'm giving the Cowboys a win in that game because that lets me know that he doesn't know his stats, nor does he knows his history. Okay, the New York Football Giants. New York Football Giants are trash. They just got rid of Brandon Marshall today, and they got rid of Brandon Marshall today, So, you know, and they don't know what the heck is going on with Odell Beckham. So I think they're kind of in a luau. They might even draft a quarterback. I know this years when you draft quarterbacks, typically you don't do well. Why? Because you're not even going in that the right direction. So I see that's going to be a win for the Dallas Cowboys. So now you're at 2-0. Seattle Seahawks, they pretty much mortgaged off their entire firm and their entire team. And not to mention that their #1 player on defense will probably be wearing a star. So he's going to be going back into Seattle after he said all this stuff about not wanting to play there and getting his money. Now we got him. Guess what? Bang your head. That's going to be a win. So now your Dallas Cowboys are 3-0. All right. So now you got the Detroit Lions. You got Marvin Jones and Matthew Stafford and them boys. Pretty good passing game. But guess what? They are, you know, I think this is going to be a flippy-floppy game. I don't know, you know, I kind of respect what they do, but I still feel that the Cowboys are going to be able to get that win. So now your Cowboys are 4-0. All right, so that first game in Texans, this is going to be, this is where it gets kind of weird, to be honest with you. I'm not going to lie to you, simply because this is a buzzsaw defense. And I think Dak Prescott and Ezekiel Elliott and them boys are going to have to play their hands-down best games of the season back-to-back. This is going to be playoff-style football. One thing that I love about it is you're pretty much playing two teams that could make Super Bowl runs. So theoretically, if Pittsburgh or New England don't do what they're normally supposed to do, this is one of the 4 teams. These are 2 of the 4 teams that should be in the Super Bowl in the AFC. So the cool thing about it is you're getting a shot at them earlier. You know, one thing I also like about it is both of these teams have Texans. They have a ridiculous front 4, and then the Jacksonville, they have a secondary that's that's really known. So you're going to be tested both ways. So you know, I think between 2 of those games, I think the Cowboys I think we win one of those games. To be honest with you, so I don't know which one, but I think we win one of those games. So now your Cowboys are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're 5-1 up to this point. Washington, that's a win. We're dubbing them dudes out. Alex Smith's not throwing any touchdowns. He's the only quarterback in NFL history to start all 16 games, not throw a touchdown to one receiver all season. Not one. So I think his tight end is going to be an all-pro like he does. He makes tight ends. And Vernon Davis was an all-pro with Alex Smith. Guess who else was an all-pro? Kelsey was an all-pro with him too. And guess what? They know wide receivers because he don't throw the ball to wide receivers. So guess what? We win that game. So now your Cowboys are what? We are 7-1. Tennessee Titans, that we coming home after a bye, and we're going to be home. If you've noticed, the Cowboys have played really good coming off of a bye these last couple years, so I'm taking that too. So guess what? Your Cowboys are now 8-1, and everybody's going crazy. And we done picked up 10,000 more new fans because everybody's going crazy because the Cowboys are 8-1. And, you know, blam, blam, blam. And then my DirecTV just went crazy on me real quick. So let me fix that for you. That was some real hater stuff you did to me, DirecTV. Alright, so now you have the Philadelphia Eagles. So now what we are 8, you know, we're 7-1 now. Alright, so then we got that first Philadelphia game at Philadelphia. I think we're gonna split with Philly this year. That's my opinion. I think that we will. I think we're gonna sweep everybody else in the division, though. To be honest, I think we're gonna sweep the Giants, and I think we're gonna sweep the Redskins. I don't think neither one of those teams are gonna win a game this year on us this year. And that's without this. I don't really care because their teams are not built to sustain the run, and they're definitely not. Though neither one of those teams are built to come back if they're down. So I think Washington as a whole, if they get down, they're done. And I think the Giants as a whole, if they get down in the game, they're done, no matter who they're playing against, because they're not built to score points. So I think we split on 2 of these games. So, you know, pretty much, you know, whichever game you want to take. So now your Cowboys are what? We're 8-2. The Falcons game. Man, that Falcons game is going to be a mad revenge game. I see the Cowboys. There's no way that we allow him to get 7, for them to sack our quarterback 8 times. I think the Cowboys' offensive line circled this game by anything. I think this is the one game the offensive line is going to really try to make a statement here, and I see us definitely being able to pull this game off and get a dub on that game right there. So hold up real quick. So That's the Atlanta game. So then right after that, we have the, you know, you guys I already told you guys my impression of the Washington Redskins game. So, you know, I'm not seeing them beating us one time this year. So your Cowboys, as of this point, we have, what, 2 losses maybe? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 remaining games left. Washington game, that's going to be a good game. I think we get that game. The Saints game, I have a kind of toss-up between this Saints game just because I don't know. You know what I'm saying? I think this is going to be an inside game. I also think this is a potential Dez target too. I know you see all these other games, you know, you see the Giants up there, but I don't think he's going there. But I think this is a potential, you know, target for him. So I think this is just going to be a good game, man. I can't really say this game yet simply because I don't know how they're going to start off. But man, Drew Brees, man. That's all I'm going to say. Drew Brees. And them Saints always play well against us, man. I think the last time we beat them was when they were undefeated in 2009. So, I mean, that's going to be a really good game. I already told you guys the toss-up between these games with the Eagles. I think we're going to win one of those games. I think we get one of those. Colts win. The Tampa, come on now. It's Jameis Winston. He's going to eat an L. And then we're going to kill the Giants the last game. That game shouldn't even matter. Honestly, your Cowboys are going 13-3 and 12-4 at worst. Like, I'm going to keep it real. If the Cowboys can't win 12 games off that schedule, everybody got to get fired. Like, everybody get fired. Because if you can't win 12 games off this schedule, 10 to 12 games off this schedule, everybody needs to be fired. Because, I mean, you're favored, man. Like, you're getting about as much favor as you can think, man. Like, the best defenses that you're going to have, you have them at home. I mean, you got them at home. You know, I mean, Texans defense is legit. Don't get me wrong, but this is the one I'm circling, and you got them at home. Whitberry Church, who's going to be telling all our plays. And he's old weird looking self, but it's all good. But hey, man, I just wanted to get on here. You know how we do it. Show you guys a little something. Let you guys know what the schedule was looking like. We're going to have another breakdown show later on tonight, probably with my boy Solar, and kind of just go over some other things that we've seen to think about the schedule. But other than that, man, I appreciate you guys tuning in, and I'll be blessed.